Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. What a day so far. Wow. What did I say? I said yesterday that we were going to see something exciting, right? And that's what we're seeing right now. Bitcoin is above 46,000. And I did say 50,000. I have a feeling it's right around the corner. So Bitcoin explodes. Let's talk about where it's going ahead. And let's talk about some hot altcoins. And I have a new educational video about XRP that I want to share with you guys. I'm dying to share it. So let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. Take a look at that chart. That's a beautiful chart. Bitcoin is above 46,000 this whole day today. We start out the day real hot. I had to go to the auto show today, so I had to film something quickly. It was below 45,000. I said, yeah, I think we're going to hit 45,000 today by the time you watch it. And boom, we hit 45,000. We just didn't stop. Kept going. And now we're above 46,000. So things are looking really, really good. Where are we heading next, though? I mean, we broke through this 45.3 mark. We had trouble holding above. Okay, but now, next stop will be where that 49,000 mark was like a few weeks ago. Nothing's stopping this train right now, so it's looking good. But the entire market is going up 1.73 trillion. Yes, that's a trillion, but Bitcoin's leading the way today. So let's talk first about Bitcoin. What is going on, right? Well, obviously, right now, we are above 45,000. We're above 46,000, right? There are a lot of indications, and they're all saying we're going upwards. That's really what it comes down to. But overall, guys, I've been talking about supply shock, right? When you have more demand than supply, you have a supply shock, and that causes the price to go up. I mean, that's exactly what's happening. Look at today. Yesterday's volume for the ETFs were high already. The volumes today even higher. Now, Grayscale no longer leads volume. It's BlackRock, okay? So today we have $1.3 billion worth of volume, and this is just going up. As Bitcoin goes higher, tomorrow, watch, the volume is going to be even higher. It's like a circulating effect, right? Self-fulfilling kind of prophecy where the more volume, the more buying, the more the price goes up, and then there's more volume and buying the next day. It's just going to keep on going. So now BlackRock has over 3.4 billion. Fidelity's close to 3 billion. You got ARK and Bitwise both above 700 million now, and others are trailing, but still, they're growing by leaps and bounds. I've been telling you guys this short term, this is awesome. Awesome. In total, so far, you have $18 billion. Yeah, that's 18 billion. $18 billion of Bitcoin has flowed into these funds. That's within like just 2.5 weeks, guys. 18 billion that is now out of circulation into the hands of these institutions. And this will continue. Again, it's going to keep escalating. Tomorrow, the volume's going to be even higher. And there's going to be more buying. The FOMO train hits everyone. Okay? It's not just retail that feels FOMO. It's going to be the retail, the institutions, the whales, everyone. Everyone's going to be feeling it. I think people are starting to feel it already. So that's going to keep on going. So obviously there's a correlation here. If you look at how many Bitcoin that flew into the ETFs, right? You could see there's a slight uptick. And when that happens, boom, Bitcoin's price goes up. Supply shock. It's that easy. What causes the price to go up? More demand than supply. It's really that simple. And here's another telling thing. Okay, only 5.3% of Bitcoin is on the exchanges. Lowest level since December of 2017. It's hard to see this, but that supply keeps on going down and down and down and down. A lot of you guys keep complaining, well, if these guys keep on buying OTC, nothing's going to ever happen, right? And I've been telling you guys, the OTC market is not infinite. It's not like the Federal Reserve. You can't just print more Bitcoin and just sell it to these big boys. What happens when there's not enough? They have to take it out of the whole pot, right? So if you go to Coinbase and they don't have any OTC, what's going to happen? They're going to take it out of the pot from the spot market. That's how it works. Or they go to the miners. They have to go somewhere, but eventually it's going to dry out. There's only so many. You can't just create more. And there's so very little that being produced every day. And it's going to get halved in approximately 2 months, right? So it's really that simple. It's just supply and demand. Supply and demand, and short term, we're seeing a breakout, right? We have seen several shakeouts. We've seen several. The one that dropped us to 38,000, it made no sense. The ETF hype brought us to 49,000, and then suddenly we went down all the way 38,000. And so many people got so bearish. But I showed you guys how many times the previous bull run had 20, 30, 40% drops continuously. And those bull runs didn't stop after just one or twice or 3 times or four times. No, they kept on going, right? So what we're seeing is perfectly normal. In fact, the volatility is lower now than ever before. So don't fall for these drops. Continue to do what you're doing, which is holding. If you've been holding for years, why not hold also for some more years for life-changing wealth, right? And continue to DCA before all the Bitcoin goes to all the big boys. You don't want to let that happen, right? So, man, Bitcoin just keeps on going. The George effect is in play. 46,300. Are we going to see 50,000 by tomorrow? Man, if we see 50,000 tomorrow morning, I'm going to be busting out my blue label at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Dan, I appreciate that, even though I put you in timeout. But I do appreciate that. All right. So let's keep on going. Let's get the FOMO train rolling. So let's talk about some other crypto projects. Today, we're led by Bitcoin. Bitcoin's, outperforming most, although now a lot of alts are starting to catch up. Okay. Except Ethereum. But Solana, BNB, you have Cardano. I mean, they're starting to catch up, right? Starting to catch fire. But there's a few that's really standing out, and I think they're going to do very well this cycle. First, let's talk about one that has to do with Bitcoin, and that's Stacks. Stacks shot up today because you have Tim Draper, who is also a big Bitcoin bull, that loves it. Did an interview and said, Stacks is great. It's the only reason why we have programmable dApps on top of Bitcoin, because of Stacks, right? And right now Stacks is very, very hot because so many are trying to utilize it to create this entire new generation of dApps, DeFi products on top of Bitcoin, which has never ever existed before, but it's only possible due to Stacks. And Stacks is going through an upgrade. Okay, they've been really hot, but they're going to get even hotter after this upgrade. Basically, this upgrade is going to make them even more efficient, faster, and more secure. This was what I was talking about yesterday. Charles Hoskinson and the co-founder of Stacks, they were arguing, and this upgrade is what the co-founder is arguing, that it's going to make this great. It's going to make this programmable layer on top of Bitcoin so awesome that it competes with the likes of Cardano and Ethereum and everyone else, right? So that's also coming up. And in terms of overall TVL, when you're measuring liquidity from major chains, right, it's very important. But right now, Stacks is growing. It is growing, not as big, but you know what? If this keeps on going, they're going to be a powerhouse. If this ever gets up to the billions, like what we see with Ethereum and Solana and others, man, they're going to be a beast to compete with. So Stacks, definitely keep your eyes on. It's going to do very well. As Bitcoin does this, I think Stacks is go follow. I mean, the two are just, you know, in tandem right now. All right. Outside of Stacks, what else is there? Well, let's talk a little bit about Polygon. Polygon formed a big partnership. Polygon's doing a lot of upgrades, by the way. There's so many upgrades that's going on. But, you know, one thing that amazes me is Polygon still continues to attract so many brands. Okay? So many brands, and they continue to just like get the biggest names out there. So today, well, not today, but they did recently talk about Fox, and they're going to do something called Verify, okay, which is for content and image verification, right? But outside of Fox Corporation, they have DraftKings, they have the NFL, they have Starbucks, they have Nike, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, right? And that is why in 2023, Polygon added almost as many users as Ethereum, because of all the brands and all the NFTs and everything else that's going on. They have a lot of things going for them, right? And they have some big partnerships with other chains, right? Because they're pushing out their ZK EVM. And that's big, because the bigger ZK EVM gets, the better it is for Polygon. But speaking of ZK EVM, guess what? Immutable is a chain that is going to be utilizing ZK EVM, and they're partnered with Beam. And today they got a brand new marketplace that's launching called Sphere. Okay, it's an NFT marketplace focused on games, so that's pretty cool. But it's starting already. It's starting. They're starting to onboard projects. So Immutable obviously is a big project that's focused on NFTs, now getting in gaming, and also connected to Polygon. So they're all kind of connected together. And Immutable has the attention of the big boys too. Van Eyck, who also has a Bitcoin ETF, they listed Immutable, okay, as one of their top predictions for 2024 because of the games, right? They think gaming, the narrative for gaming, is going to be a big one to drive a lot of users in. So even the big boys are paying attention to Immutable and games. Ubisoft is also coming in, right? So they're also one. So yeah, this close relationship between Beam, Immutable, Polygon, all fantastic projects. And also you have Bitcoin-related projects like Stacks, and there's so many others. There's a lot of good projects out there, guys. There's a lot of great projects. All right. Last few things. Very exciting things. Very, very exciting things. Number one, you guys know I launched the Master at Cock. The I Am George Master at Cock yesterday. A lot of people FOMO'd in. I'm glad to see it. But today, you know what I found out? This is the #1 NFT by volume on Avalanche. Look at that. Bigger than Cock vs. Hunter. Bigger than Chicken. Bigger than all these other ones. Chicken's been around for a while, and they have association with Cock too. But look at that. The I Am George Cock is #1 on the charts. That's awesome. That's awesome. But in case you didn't grab one yet, you can do so. It's still available. There'll be plenty. There'll be plenty throughout this bull market. But as the Avalanche goes up, they're going to start getting more and more expensive. So keep that in mind. It's 1.69 Avalanche. AVAX each. And lastly, I have a new educational video about XRP to show you guys. Now, I already posted this. Some of you guys saw this already, but some of you guys did not. So, you know, I was at Auto Show today. So I'm going to play this for you guys because I think this is really telling. This is like, I was at Auto Show today. Really good. So I'm gonna play this for you guys. I made a really good analogy, okay, that you guys will understand. There we go. Let's play this.
On a whole, you know how painfully slow it is, but you could probably afford like a normal Corvette. You're a Solana holder, of course, you could afford Z06. If you're an XRP holder, you're buying that dump truck because you still need to work. If you're a car...
I crack myself up. That's pretty educational and funny. All right. On that note, let's do some Q&A. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. All right, let's do Q&A here. I missed some super chats. I appreciate it, guys. I saw there were encouragement ones, and I do appreciate it. Always appreciate it. D. Linister, do you think multi-bit will go up due to this? Well, D. Linister is, well, no, I'm sorry. I'm distracted here. Multi-bit is kind of going against the grain. They are focused on Bitcoin, but they're trying to create a layer 2 that goes against BRC20s. And BRC20s are really, really hot. So, you know, they're trying something new. It could work, it cannot work, I don't know, but they're going against the grain because everyone is supporting BRC20 and they're trying to, like, you know, trying to get people to create tokens on another layer. Jalamas. Do you think there'll be a Matic ETF? No, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. There will be a lot more. There's a lot more candidates, I say, before Polygon. I think Solana could be a candidate. XRP can be a candidate. Ethereum is definitely a candidate, but that's probably going to get pushed back until 2025. Sasquatch TV. This ain't no George effect. Your head is getting too big, bro. Or you don't know how to take a joke. And you're just a fucking idiot. How about that? Jesus Christ, man. There are some people that, like, cannot take a joke. Anyways, you're banned from this channel. K3 and George, is Cryptos R Us private? Is you? Because I asked you about your Lego set just to test and he didn't answer the right question. I don't know who you're texting, but I don't really respond to anyone, but I don't think you DM'd the right person. Mark says DFK does the most transactions on C chain, but doesn't move. It is moving. It's just not moving as quick as people would like it. You know, sometimes I just can't ignore. Sometimes it's too much. Jeff. My wife asked me if my cock will be bigger after the halving. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. What do you think about the token inspect inaugural layer 2 infrastructure for X? I have seen that before. It's not officially supported by X. It's just a side project. First, let's see how X handles crypto and whatever Elon is planning. Let's try to I don't know. Let's wait for him to release what he's releasing, and then let's see what people can build on top of it. After Bitcoin, Seb is asking, after Bitcoin gets 48, do you see a reversal happening? If so, how big? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't really focus on that. I just focus on buying as much as I can before things get too expensive. That's all I really care about. I mean, I show you guys every single day these ETFs, these big boys, institutions, whales. These are not made up charts. There are a lot of forces at play that are buying as much as they can right in front of our eyes. And retail likes to focus, well, am I buying top or bottom? Like, worrying about a lot of stuff. But in the end, what's going to happen is a lot of people are just going to scare themselves out of the market, and they're going to have a lot of regret later. When Bitcoin is at 100,000, a lot of people are going to say, well, I could have bought it at 30, but I was scared. Or I could have bought it at 46 and I was scared, right? That's just going to happen. So I would say just continue your path. Don't worry about if there's going to be a reversal happening. Danielle, I can't answer that. If you find it weird, I'm sorry, but everyone loves cock. Shady Luke, I appreciate that. Do you have any informative videos on XRP? Ben, I just played one. So hopefully that was informative. I have another one, but I can't play it. It's too valuable. 31K cost average. Graham says, YOLO'd another 10K right now. DCA over the next 3 to 6 months. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just have to YOLO, right? I threw a big leverage play right beforehand, and it worked out. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. What coin is more likely to hit 6x first? From Victoria. I don't know. A meme will probably do it first, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, if you're asking about big caps, then I would say Solana. But if you're asking in general, I can't predict which one will do a 6x first. Oh man, just went down the wrong pipe. That hurts. I like watching my cock go up. My wife's boyfriend said your cock is number one. George, what do we roll our profits into if the dollar takes a poop? You don't. If the dollar keeps inflating, you only want to keep dollars short term, temporarily. Like, you don't want to hold dollars for like 10 years, for example, because it's just going to inflate to nothing. So temporarily, if you want to take and cash out, fine. If you want to buy other assets, fine. But long term, you should just hold on to something like Bitcoin. We know every cycle just keeps on going up. If you're going to be holding long term, why not just keep on holding? Michael, what do you think about AMP and Doge? I'm not a fan of either one. What do you think about OMG? No, that's they're too far gone. They were one of the first L2s, and then they like sold themselves a couple of times. I liked them before. They had a Vitalik as advisor, and now they I don't follow them anymore. Can Wen be the next big meme? No, Probably not. It already started going down. Vino says, you were in my dream last night. Wow. I don't know how to respond to that. Average day every day. I don't know. Real rugged. I was going to make a joke, but then since a female audience already said I went too far, I decided not to. Dreams are our subconscious, though. Thoughts. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Hey, George, was it confirmed that Myro devs were selling? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I can't say. I don't know anything about it. I know there are some rumors. That's pretty much it. How would you feel about a 50-50 Solana Cardano portfolio and nothing else? I would not like that at all. I don't think that's a good portfolio. The comments are too funny. You guys are too funny. Should I swap my AMP for stacks? Michael, I can't help you answer that. You have to determine that yourself. Still 46, 46.2, 46.3. Looking pretty good. Today, the market is looking good. I mean, we're getting close to our previous high, which we briefly touched upon. I mean, previous high in 20... No, it was 2024. We're going to break through that. Let's see here. Yeah, so we briefly touched upon 47 a few times and then 49. Sol and Ada, that's damn near all eggs in one basket. That is true. James Barton, how do you feel about Cody after switching from an L1 to a private-centric L2 on ETH? It's up 47% in a week. James, I have a secret about Cody. I don't think the pump has anything to do with the switch. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. To be honest, I've not been paying attention to Cody, but I know some things that's about to happen to it, so I'm not surprised. Let's just say I'm not surprised it's pumping. Do you think AVAX will outperform Sol? Unfortunately, no. I think AVAX will do very well, but I don't know. No, I take that back. If gaming becomes really, really hot in 2024, then AVAX can outperform Sol. Because that's their bread and butter right now. It's like gaming. Mostly because of Beam. Beam has a huge subnet. DFK also has a huge subnet. And then there's a few others. So gaming narrative is going to be big for them. Do people buy more to Chinese New Year? I don't know. LCX, any thoughts? I don't, actually. Would you DC into Microsoft? If I was buying stocks, the only two I would be buying that's outside of, say, Coinbase and MicroStrategy, all the Bitcoin related stuff, would be Microsoft and Nvidia. Those two. I would not be buying Facebook, Amazon, Apple. I would just buy Microsoft and Nvidia. And those are only two outside of like Bitcoin related stuff. Uh Filecoin, man, I'm just not a big follower of Filecoin. T Sharp says, George, I should have swapped my XRP long ago. I'm going to swap my XRP for sure for more Bitcoin. I'm glad my video helped you decide that. Pangles is still holding Bethson from 2 cents. I have no idea what you're talking about. AutoZone is pure cash cow of a stock. You know, Tony, when I used to trade stocks, AutoZone just kept doing this as a stock. So I think you're right. Man, they were just I have not been following their stock recently, but again, I just feel like tech is the way to go. Apple is always killer though. Don't they buy billions in buybacks? Yeah, but that's just a gimmick. When companies don't know what to do because they can't innovate anymore, what do? They do dividends and buybacks because that's the only thing they could do. Facebook recently exploded, not because they have more user growth, because they're announcing dividends, which is stupid. Because that means they're not growing in them. They just don't know what to do, right? So I mean, to me, like Apple's topping out. There's this Vision Pro, they're definitely giving out or paying a lot of people to create all these videos, and everyone's saying it's so cool and stuff. No one's going to be paying $4,000 for that, okay? I mean, there's like 1 in a million that'll pay that. That's not going to be helping them make a lot of money. All they have is iPhones and apps. They don't make money from iPads. They don't make money from iMacs. They don't make money from iWatches. It's all iPhones and app stores. And, there's only so many iPhones and so many innovations they could do. People are going to stop upgrading. Yeah, I saw Kobe got his statue today. I didn't actually look at the whole thing, but that's pretty cool that the Lakers did that. Oh, VeChain. I was like, what are you talking about, Pango? I think VeChain is still worth holding on to. I think they're going to come back. Have you considered buying Bitcoin mining stock? I started buying in 2022. I'm up 2K. It's great stuff. But did you compare that versus had you just bought Bitcoin? Because I feel like if you bought Bitcoin in 2022 rather than that mining stock, you'll be up a lot more than 2K. Do the math. Figure out the day that you bought it. Go look at what Bitcoin's price is and look at what it is today. I have a feeling you would have made more with Bitcoin. Right now, I don't buy stocks at all. I have nothing. So I have very little options, but like nothing. I'm 100% in crypto, guys. 100%. What do you think about AMP and Flexa? Yeah, because they changed it, man. You don't even see Flexa on AMP's site anymore. It's a collateral token. It's meant for paying for things at stores, okay? And AMP is a token that's like a collateral token so that you don't have to wait like 10 minutes for settlement and so forth. And all the stores they onboarded went belly up in COVID. So now I don't know what they're doing. It's something similar, but it's something that no one really cares about, honestly. See, I have nothing against if you're buying MicroStrategy or Coinbase or mining stocks, but you just have to do your research carefully because I honestly feel if you just spent that money to buy Bitcoin, you would see greater returns. I can't prove that right now, but I would just say take a hard look and make some calculations. Whoever asking about Squid Grow, stop asking about it. It's a horrible name. I have no interest in it. Get a little Tesla? No. My wife plays a lot of Tesla options, and so does my best friend, and they're both regretting it. Tesla to me is no longer a hyper growth stock to hold. They're coming down to levels they should be at. So I would not be holding Tesla. Again, it comes down to this, and I made this example the other day. In a bull run especially, you want to hold on to the fastest horses, right? So like, why would you not hold on to Bitcoin? I mean, that's the thing. It's like Bitcoin outperforms. I had this chart yesterday. In terms of asset classes, Bitcoin leads 3 years, and then it's down 1 year, and then leads 3 years. But it's always like that. Nothing outperforms Bitcoin, especially in a bull run. So why would you hold anything else outside of Bitcoin, right? Outside of crypto. I know there's more crypto. I'm just saying an example. Like say Bitcoin versus Tesla. It's like I have friends that keeps texting like about Tesla, like why is it so down? Why is it not moving? I'm like, guys, why don't you just buy Bitcoin? Like why do you not get that through your head? Bitcoin will outperform Tesla by tenfold in the next 2 years. Why would you continue to try to buy more Tesla? It doesn't make any sense, right? And even if you can't buy Bitcoin, well, go buy IBIT, or FBTC. I don't know. That's just, in my opinion, if you want to make a crazy amount of money, if you want to make life-changing wealth, you don't diversify. You stick with the greatest, the asset that gives you the greatest return. After you make life-changing wealth, and if you want to preserve it, then diversify, and then buy things like gold and everything else, and real estate, and maybe stocks and bonds, right? Because you're trying to protect your wealth. But if you're trying to build wealth, massive wealth, you don't diversify. You stick with the winners. It's really that simple. Sonny, can optimism do a 20x? Yes, I think so. Especially optimism. They're growing by leaps and bounds right now. 20x will put them at 60 billion. Yeah, that's certainly possible. Cal, big super chat. The journey begins for the biggest bull run. I don't know if it's the biggest multiplier, but we're going to see numbers we've never ever seen before. It's going to be nuts. It really is going to be nuts. We're going to shatter through 2021 highs, and by the end of 2024, we're going to see astronomical numbers, in my opinion, already. And then 2025, it'll be even higher. Ron Paul. Someday. All right, last few questions. DePIN as a narrative. Half of DePIN is DeFi. So it's not a new narrative. So if you believe in DeFi and the infrastructure that supports DeFi, you support DePIN. So it's fine. Yeah, it's a good niche to concentrate on. Gold Lambo, appreciate that. Penguin is a new team. I don't know. They used to be, I covered them before. They were neck and neck with Trader Joe, and then they just died out, and then Trader Joe became number one. So unless they have something that's absolutely fantastic that Trader Joe doesn't have, I don't know if they're going to be able to catch up. Other George, thank you. It's support. Yeah, it is. It's like half of DeFi. Basically, it supports the infrastructure, which has been around for a long time already. So I don't know. Can you look into the last chain and this ecosystem maybe later? All right, guys. To conclude, Bitcoin's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good indeed. So stay strong, my friends. It's going to get really good. It's going to get much better. This is just the beginning. There's a lot more to look forward to. So smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see how Friday is and how this weekend is. And have a good night. And sperm whale, no, it's not. All right, take care, guys.